And yesterday there was a story that broke, an update in the Father James Jackson case. Now, he is FSSP. I was watching a report this morning by RTF, who interviewed a forensics investigator who is very much familiar with the specifics of this case and who made several phone calls yesterday to authorities in Overland Park, Kansas, as well as in Rhode Island. And according to that report, and possibly we can link to that, but according to that report, he was arrested for more of the same, was the words used. More of the same. So, and they are investigating him. So his pre-trial requirements meant that he was able to go free, awaiting trial, but he couldn't have contact with, he couldn't be pulled over. He couldn't have interaction with police in some sort of negative way. And if he did, he had to report it right away. Well, he was apparently had contact with law enforcement because they were investigating him for having possession of more of the same, which we can interpret to mean child pornography, which again is detestable and disgusting. If it's true, if in fact that is true, right? So let me share with this article that I saw out of Catholic News Agency, and we'll jump into it. The article says Father James Jackson, a Rhode Island priest who was arrested on federal and state child pornography charges in October last year, has been arrested in Kansas for allegedly violating the conditions of his release. A court document from U.S. District Court for Kansas and Kansas City shows that Jackson was arrested on Friday, July the 15th. Danielle Thomas, a spokeswoman for the U.S. Attorney's Office in Kansas, said that he was arrested in Kansas for allegedly violating the terms of his release. He is being transported to the U.S. District Court of Rhode Island to face charges there, she said. Thomas added that he is not being charged in Kansas. She declined further comment. Jackson, a member of the priestly fraternity of St. Peter, was the former pastor of St. Mary's Church in Providence. He was arrested October the 30th by the Rhode Island State Police after an investigation by Rhode Island Computer Crimes Task Force. Under the terms of his release, the federal court in November, Jackson was allowed to return to his home state of Kansas to live with a relative while waiting for the charges to be adjudicated. Jim Martin, a spokesman for the U.S. District Court of Rhode Island, said that Jackson was arrested for allegedly violating the terms of his pretrial release. It's unclear when Jackson will be returning to Rhode Island, he said. He added that the, quote, nature of the violation has not been disclosed publicly, close quote. WPRI reported that the police department in Overland Park, Kansas, arrested Jackson last week. Overland Park Police Major James Sutterby said that the department is investigating Jackson, but no charges have been brought against him as of yet, WPRI reported. Jackson's Rhode Island charges came after the state police had executed a search warrant that day at his parish and arrested Jackson after determining that he was the owner of large amounts of child sex abuse material found on an external hard drive in an office area near his bedroom, an affidavit states. Jackson was originally charged with both federal and state offenses, but the state charges were dropped as a procedural move in January. The federal charges of distributing child pornography are punishable by up to 20 years in federal prison with a minimum mandatory term of incarceration of 5 years. Possessing and accessing with intent to view child pornography. His other federal charge is punishable by up to 20 years of incarceration. His trial is set for September, and that's the article out of the Catholic News Agency. So, and the theory is that the state will defer to the federal government on this. So no charges will be filed in Kansas. They'll simply give everything over to the Fed for his case there. To my knowledge, he has only been charged. He has not been convicted, and we don't actually know. And last time I checked, according to, the Constitution of the United States, someone is innocent until proven guilty in this country.